heretical. So when someone comes and they say, "Oh, you should pray to our dead rabbi," that would be heresy against the one God. Someone comes and says that this dead person is the Messiah, that would be heresy against the. You're going to be blocking the way against the principle of faith that says that that the Messiah must come from the living. So one of the principles of faith is we must believe in the Messiah, and then we know from Judaism says Torah says it must be from the living. So to say, oh, this dead person could be the Messiah would be heretical because you're going against a major principle, a foundation of Judaism says no. These are the kind of things, or someone says, oh, evolution, like we talked about last week. Someone says, oh, Judaism has room for evolution. That is espousing heresy because it goes against the same one of the Torah which was given to Moses is the same one we have today, and Moses was never told about evolution, therefore it goes against the Masorah, and the tradition is that the universe has never been around for more than 5,800 years. So, all of these things are heretical. It's espousing heresy. Now, I am not perfect. I am a sinner. No, I'm going to declare right now.
I'm shocked.
I know. I do a lot of sins. I do a lot of things that I don't have exemptions for, right? And I do a lot of things that are bad, right? They go against the Torah. And I do them, and I know I do them, right? I am what's called a sinner, right? I'm a sinner, right? So in a way, I've gone off the derech. I've went off the path a little bit. Okay, I'm not off the path so much that I've driven the car on Shabbos or that I've eaten at McDonald's, right? I haven't taken it to that step, right? So I'm still considered from, but I'm not. I've veered off the path. I'm not one to judge people who have veered off the path. There's a huge difference. There's a monumental difference. There's a world of difference between somebody who's gone off the path, no matter how far they've gone off. And there's some people who went way out there lately, all the way out to the AVN Awards, a lot of Jews out there in porn land, and they went off the path. I don't have a problem with them, okay? My problem is with people who espouse heresy, and they can even be people who keep Sabbath, who keep kosher, whose wives go to the mikveh, but then it comes out of their mouth garbage that says, oh, evolution is okay, and oh, it's okay to pray to a human being, and oh, this rabbi who died, he could be the Messiah, and these kind of thing, or Zionism, oh, this state of Israel has biblical implications, the ramifications, oh, this is going to speed up the Messiah because we have the state of Israel. Okay, these are all heretical ideas. This is all heresy coming out of their mouths. Anyone who espouses heresy, even if they're considered from, has no place in the world to come. A heretic has no place in the world to come. They are much worse in the eyes of Torah and the eyes of God than the guy who went off the path, who eats at McDonald's, who drives up through the drive-thru on Friday night because he doesn't believe the Torah is the truth. That guy, but he says, he doesn't say, if I go to him and I say, does Torah have room for evolution? He says, I don't know. No, I don't know. He doesn't care. He's not espousing heresy. He's just he's an ignoramus who doesn't follow Torah. Him we can love and we can try to bring back. We can try to do outreach with him, is that the word? But the heretic, he's the one you have to hate. You have to hate the heretic. He's got no place in the world to come. Don't mourn for him when he dies, because he causes Jews to separate from their Father in the heavens. He comes to the from Jew and says, oh, I'm not asking you to eat at McDonald's. I'm asking you just to believe that the state of Israel has biblical implications. Okay? That's the guy you have to be careful of. Alright, so that's my vote. I just wanted to put that out there. Clarify between a heretic and somebody who's fry. Somebody who's secular. Right? Somebody who's fry, secular, say you're a guy and you're shacked up with the shiksa, you're not a heretic, okay? You're fried.
Bone dog.
You're just, having a good time, right? You're not a heretic. Now, if you were to turn around and say to me, Judaism has a place for, my rabbi says it's okay to bang the shiksa, and my rabbi says it's okay to eat at McDonald's, and my rabbi says it's okay to drive on Saturday, and it's okay to believe in evolution and all this other nonsense, then I have a problem with your rabbi. Not with you. You can go ahead and bang the hell out of the shiksa. I've got no problem with you. It's all good. And I want to talk to your rabbi because he, or in many cases, she is espousing heresy. Okay, that's my hope for it.
So they want to know in the chat room why you say Torah as Toira.
All right, that's all you've got?
I got other things.
Okay, let's hear your other things.
Why don't you answer that one first?
Because it's too stupid to answer. Okay.
Okay, so yeshiva people say things like Torah. People who learn in yeshiva say Torah instead of Torah. They also say Medrash instead of Midrash. And they have a lot of other little quirks. And generally yeshiva people don't like to shake hands. They might like to shake hands with their little fingers. But, so yeshiva people have... people in yeshiva don't tend to shake hands.
What? Have you been to yeshiva?
Yeah.
How many years did you spend in yeshiva?
Well, I didn't spend years, but I popped in and out.
How many different yeshivas in the world have you attended?
Oh, not so many.
How many different yeshivas outside of Los Angeles have you stepped foot in?
I would say the answer is maybe a couple in Israel.
But already you can generalize and make a profound, sweeping statement that yeshiva people shake hands with their pinky.
I didn't say it like that. I said, generally speaking, that yeshiva people don't tend to shake hands. It's not a big custom in the yeshiva world, and some even just shake hands with their little pinky.
Okay,
pinky
you know what?
Pinky.
You know what? I went to yeshiva of 6 different yeshivas on this planet. I spent 8 years full-time, day and night in yeshiva. I have stepped foot in yeshivas in 3 different countries, in several different states in this country, and countless different ones in Eretz Israel. And you know what? I don't know what you're talking about. Let's go next.
Okay, so when Rabbi Rabs talks about, there are these 13 essential principles of Judaism according to the Rambam, and if you disagree with any of them, you're a heretic. I mean, that is ludicrous. For instance, what about before the Rambam formulated the 13 essential beliefs? It's only in the last 1100 years that leading Jewish thinkers have started codifying essential Jewish beliefs. Before that, that was not a...
Can I answer that when you're done?
Yeah, of course, when I'm done.
Okay.
That was not an occupation of leading rabbis to try to codify what are the essential beliefs. When the Rambam came out with his 13 essential beliefs, he was widely attacked for them in the frum world. And ever since then, many leading rabbis have attacked the Rambam on this and that of the 13 essential beliefs. So if anyone wants to know more, they should read the book The Limits of Orthodox Theology by Mark Shapiro.
Can I answer?
Done.
Okay.
And this thing that Rabbi Rabs has about saying this is heresy and anyone who says X is a heretic, this is not how most Orthodox Jews talk, not even most Orthodox rabbis. Like the word heresy is like a Christian word. It's not a word that Orthodox Jews tend to throw around. And like this and that person's a heretic for saying X or Y. That is not the normative way that we speak. So Rabbi Rabs is out on his own limb with this. Go ahead.
Okay. I have 2 things. One, I want to get rid of you on that, and then I want to answer. Reb Taco has a very good question I want to answer. Okay? Mm-hmm. And Reb Taco is your friend. I think that's common knowledge. Okay. Jewish Republicans seem to me like the counterbalance for Reb Taco. They're like from the same ilk. Okay. It's not that the Rambam pulled the 13 principles of faith out of his ass. The Rambam was merely put into writing that which was the Masorah that reached his generation. With the Rambam, all he did in his Mishnah Torah